friends, we're back with Junie B. So yesterday she decided that she was moving, and Grandpa tried to tell her she could come fix the toilet, and she almost gave in, but she still said she was moving. So let's see if she follows through with that today. Grandma and Grandpa Miller take turns babysitting me before lunch. Then they get me dressed for kindergarten. Except for today, Mother came home from work and she got me dressed instead. And she said she would drive me to school. If I drive you, then you won't have to see Jim on the bus, she said. She got out my clothes for school. It was my jumper with the frogs on it. Yeah, only guess what? I'm not even wearing school clothes today, on account of I'm moving, and so I have to wear moving clothes. Mother kept on trying to put that jumper on me. That's how come I made my legs and arms real stiff so they wouldn't fit in there. Then me and Mom wrestled a teeny bit, and she stood me on my head and she pulled the tights on me. You're not moving, Junie B, she said. You're going to school and that's final. Running away from your problems never solves anything. Yeah, only I'm not running, I said. I'm calling Ryder wrench trucks today, and those guys will drive me. Have you ever looked like that getting your clothes put on? She's not having it, huh? Mom smiled and tried to hug me, but I kept on staying really stiff. I stayed stiff all the way into the car to school. Mom parked the car in the parking lot, and then she lifted me out the door, and she carried me real stiff to the background. She stood me up in the grass. Everything will be fine. You'll see, she said. Just remember what Daddy and I told you. If anyone talks about the party, pretend it doesn't bother you. She kissed me goodbye on my stiff head. Just then I heard voices hollering, Junie B! Hey, Junie B! Look what we got, they hollered. I turned around. It was my bestest friends, Lucille and that Grace, and they were running at me. Look, said Lucille, look what Jim gave us. What do you think he gave him? It's invitations to his birthday party on Saturday. It's just like he told us, Junie B, said Grace. He's really gonna have a petting zoo there. I quit, covered my ears with my hands, and then I closed my eyes and I sang a loud song. It's called the I Can't Hear You, You're Not Even Bothering Me. I sang it on the top of my lungs. I can't hear you, I can't hear you, you're not even bothering me. Then I kept on singing and singing that thing till they went away. Also, they did the cuckoo sign at me. After that, I sat down in the grass all by myself, and I looked all around the playground. Lots of other kids had invitations too. Man, I whispered, man. That's when I saw that meanie Jim. He was giving an invitation to a boy named Crybaby William. Crybaby William is the scarediest cat in room 9. He is even scared of a flea, I think. Just then I sat up a little bit straighter, because I just got another idea in my head. It's called, hey, maybe I can take William's invitation away from him, because he won't even chase me. And then I'll have my very own invitation, and William can get another one from Jim. And then everybody will go to the party, including me. Is that a good idea? I stood up from the grass, and then I squinted my eyes at Crybaby William, and I started to run at him very slow. I ran faster and faster, till finally I was running as fast as a speeding bumblebee. I buzzed all around William, zippity quick. His eyes couldn't even follow me that good. Then I buzzed right in his face, and I quick grabbed that invitation out of his fingers, and I ran my fastest to the swing set. And guess what? William didn't even follow me. And here's more good news. William's invitation didn't even have his name on it, so that means it can be for anybody. Only now it's mine, I said, because I will put my name on it when I get to room 9, and it will be my very own invitation. Just then the bell rang for school. Here she is, running away. So there's William, and I think there's that Jim. His face doesn't look too happy, huh? I put my invitation way down in my pocket and I skipped very happy to class. Mrs. was standing outside of room 9 and William was standing with her, and his nose was sniffing a real lot. I tried to skip past them, but Mrs. grabbed the straps on my jumper. and she pulled me back. Yeah, only I don't think that's very good for my outfit, I said. Mrs. did a frown. Junie B, did you take something that belonged to William? She asked. No, I said, because his name isn't on it, and so that means it's for anybody. Mrs. tapped her angry foot. Was William holding the invitation, Junie B? And did you snatch it out of his hands and then run away from him? She asked. I smiled. I was a buzzing bee, I said. Mrs. held out her hand. May I have it, please? She asked. May I have the invitation you took from William? I rocked back and forth because I didn't want to give it to her. Yeah, only I think it might have fell out of my pocket, I said. Mrs. bent down next to me and she leaned way into my face. I want the invitation now, she said. I did a gulp. Then I quick put my hand in my pocket. Good news, I found it, I said. Give it to William, said Mrs. Crybaby William put out his hand and I shoved it at him. Here, Mr. Stinky-head tattletale boy, I said, here's your invitation. Mrs. eyes got really big. Why did her eyes get big? Junie B. Jones, that's quite enough. Now you go sit down and I don't want to hear another word. Do you understand? Not one more word. So I walked away very slumpy and slumped to my seat. And I put my hand on my table. Or I put my head on my table. Because guess why? I'm laying low again, that's why. She would not say very nice things to him, huh? All right. Let's read one more chapter. Mrs. took attendance. Attendance is when you say I'm here, except if you're not here, you have to be quiet. Also, we said, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. That is called the opening ceremonies, I think. After that, we sat down and Mrs. passed out our workbooks. She told us the pages to turn to. It was work about different kinds of shapes, like circles and squares and triangles. And I am a breeze at that stuff. Only I couldn't even concentrate on account of I kept daydreaming about that birthday party. Daydreaming is like dreaming at nighttime, only it's not night. And you're not asleep, and you're not dreaming. I kept on thinking how everybody was going to that party, except me. I was the only one in all of room 9. I wish Lucille and Grace weren't going too, I thought to just myself, because that would be nice sports of them. After a while, I tapped on Lucille. You are my bestest friend, I told her. Lucille smiled at me. You're my bestest friend too, she said. I touched her new dress. You look very pretty today, I said. Lucille fluffed her dress. Thank you. You look very pretty today too, she said back. I touched her fingernails with polish on them. I wish you and me could be twins, I said. Me too. I wish you and me could be twins too, she said. Just then my whole face got happy again. Lucille, I just thought of something. You and me can pretend we are twins, and we can do everything the same. And so on Saturday, you can come to my house, and I will put nail polish on my nails just like you, and you will stay home from that birthday party just like me. Lucille didn't say anything back. I tapped on her. How come you're not talking? I said. How come you're not saying anything? Because I want to go to the birthday party, said Lucille. I did a huffy breath at her. Yes, Lucille, I know you want to go to the birthday party, but now you and me are twins, and twins have to do everything the same. And so if I don't go to the party, then you can't go to the party too, on account of that's the twin rules. No, it's not, said Lucille. My cousins are twins, and one is a boy and one is a girl, and they don't do anything the same. I jumped up from my chair. Yeah, only that's not the kind of twin I want to be, I yelled. Mrs. snapped her loud fingers at me. Sit down, she said. Just then, that Jim turned around in his chair, and he laughed really mean at me because I was in trouble. Turn around your head, I said. Only he didn't turn it around, and so that's how come I had to run to his table and turn his head around for him. Junie B. Jones, said Mrs. What are you doing? I am turning around his head, I explained. Mrs. hurried to where I was. Then she took my arm and she marched me into the hall, and she pointed to the principal's office. Go, she said, really angry. I did a gulp. Yeah, only I'm not supposed to go there anymore, I said. Here Here's her turning around Jim's head. She's not doing a good job of keeping her hands to herself, huh? Why do you think she's acting that way towards Jim? Mother and I had a talk about it, and she said that I cannot get sent to the principal's office. Mrs. Face got as red as a tomato. She started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's how come I hurried up and walked. Because teachers who count numbers are the scariest kind there is. So why do you think Junie B. Jones is acting that way towards Jim? How do you think she feels right now with not being invited to the party and everyone else is? How would that make you feel? So we'll have to see what she says to the principal. Her and her principal always have some good conversations, huh? All right, so there's our other 2 chapters of Junie B. Jones. I hope you guys had a good Wednesday. I miss you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.